Well, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, step right up. Test your strength. This is it. We get worldwide breaking news like this and no one's around. That's just not realistic. It's just not realistic. We're waiting till everybody get here, but in case you wanted to know, oh yeah, it's breaking news. Westbrook just signed with OKC. He's going to stay there 5 years. $205 million deal over 5 years, which is the largest deal in NBA history. So James Harden deal is now over. Well, they definitely set a page of what they wanted to do as far as what the plans were for the 5 years. And I told you he was staying. Told you he wasn't leaving. I told you he was going to stay. That's why they brought these players over, to keep him happy. Paul George, I don't think is going to remain with the team. I just don't see Paul George remaining with OKC. But here's what I've heard. Ownership has promised them that they're going to get back to the finals. They're going to get Russell Westbrook to the finals within this 5-year deal. I don't know how that could be guaranteed or promised. That's kind of a stretch, don't you think? Oh, yeah, definitely congratulations. He pulled that off. You knew he was getting a monster deal. But after Kevin Durant left, he was staying. They were going to keep him. He wasn't going to leave. Once OKC made it known what their plans were with Russell Westbrook, stick with us. We're going to take care of you. You're our guy. We're going to build around you. We're going to get the pieces here for you. And now that LKC is guaranteeing that they're going to do that for him, sorry about all this. You know, a lot of people are trying to get in and they're having trouble with YouTube is acting really insane right now. There's no reason why my well, we'll have to see. The situations have changed. This set the Lakers back 2 years. No. The Lakers have already pivoted away from Russell Westbrook once Magic Johnson came aboard. They knew Russell Westbrook wasn't coming there. They wanted Paul George. LeBron James, Paul George, Dwayne Wade might be there. Oh, we already talked about Sharon Rodgers trying to be Brady, but he's not. We've already discussed him. Paul George is leaving after this year in OKC. This is a one-stop shop for him. He was not supposed to come to OKC. He's going right where he's supposed to be. A-Rod? Who is that? Talking about Sharon Rodgers? Oh, no, don't do that to yourself. Saying Sharon Rodgers better than Brady. No. LeBron and Dwayne Wade are talking both going over to the Lakers. Exactly. Russell Westbrook, no, he's not going to opt out his contract. He wants to stay in OKC and build something. But what was weird to me is that they're saying that they were told that they're going to get him in the NBA Finals. I'm like, how? What? That sounds weird. How you going to get them in the NBA? Like, we're going to, and within this 5-year deal, they're going to get Russell in the NBA Finals. Russell has to play his way to the NBA Finals. What do you mean you're going to get him in the NBA Finals? Okay. I get it. Don't you see what they're doing? Where Derrick Rose gonna go next year? What, OKC? Who knows? Will he stick around Cleveland? Who knows? He might stay there. It's close to Chicago. But who knows? But this is the last hurrah. We don't want Rose. Well, who do you want then? So far, what we know of the deal is a 5-year deal, $205 million. It's an extension, and he's going to remain with OKC. The fans are happy. They wanted to get this deal done before the season went through, so it wouldn't be a distraction. I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for myself. I'm happy for Russell Westbrook. If this is what he wants, he's deserving of the deal. He's deserving of the contract. So if this is what he wants, congratulations to him. More powers to Russell Westbrook. Well, T-Mac was better for a longer period of time than Derrick Rose. I don't even think that's comparable. Derrick Rose is a finish at the rim type of player. Him and LeBron are both playground type players. So when you know you got two basketball players that are similar in a way of how they attack the basket, you're going to have a situation in which Yeah, well, definitely he'll be an impact. But you got to look at in the future, or how far does OKC go this year? Now that Russell Westbrook has got the money, he's got the MVP award, he feels like he's finally getting recognition, and that's what he wants. But how much is Russell Westbrook thinking about Russell Westbrook? And how much is he thinking about OKC? And how much is he going to make these personalities better? Because there's 3 guys on that team we already know that look at themselves as stars. They're not role players. So you're going to have egos that's coming right through the door. Paul George has a big ego. Carmelo Anthony, huge ego. Russell Westbrook, out of the stratosphere. So you got 3 big egos walking through the door. The only people you know that's going to play their position is Adams and Robinson. They understand. So when the game gets close, or back screens and cuts, it's not normally Melo's forte. And see, this is why Jordan and Pippen worked very well. Michael was an alpha. Okay? And Michael was such an alpha. Scotty was a super beta, to where he would fall in line wherever Michael needed him to fall in line. He was not going to talk back to Michael. He was not going to challenge Michael in anything Michael wanted to do. It was Michael's team. You sit in that corner and you pee sitting down if I tell you to. Don't you stand up and pee unless you get permission from me. So Michael Jordan was that dominant with him, and he knew right away, this is what I better fall in line. Now, you look at OKC in their lineup, Melo is an alpha. He's not a beta. He's all alpha. Then you got Paul George. He's a beta, but he plays like he's an alpha. But it's going to be hard for him to fall in line. Then you got a situation where Westbrook is a super alpha. So him and Melo, as great friends they are, they're going to be tough nights. And on those tough nights, when the game is close, who's going to take what shot? How are they going to take the shot? How are they going to defend? Who's going to be shooting the ball? Who's taking high percentage shots? Who's not getting the ball when they want the ball? All of these things are going to be monumental when it comes to making teams. You see, everybody think they got Golden State's formula. Like, we got Golden State. We know what they like. I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know if that was a mosquito or what it was. But everybody thinking like we got Golden State formula. We know what they like to run. And everyone wants to implement that plan. Like, you just go grab some players and all throw them on the team, and now we can play Golden State. Yay! It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You think just because you put names on the team, you're Golden State? Just because you watch tape and watch the way they run their plays, do you think you're better than Golden State now, or you're at the same level as them? It's ridiculous. Golden State became Golden State because of the way they played. The way they played the game. It's unselfish basketball at its finest. They move the ball around. They set picks, back screens, all those things that don't get talked about or you lose on a stat sheet are key to helping them win. Now, OKC, who's going to do that on the team? Who's setting back screens and picks? Paul George don't do that. He wants the ball. Melo's not the guy that likes to go in the paint anymore. When he was younger, he would go in there and go hard towards the basket. He's not a slasher. Then when OKC goes to the bench, okay, what do they have on the bench? How am I hating? I congratulated him on getting the contract. I'm bringing fans back to reality. You guys are, y'all are, drunk off the moment of success. But what are they bringing to the table? Who's on the bench? Who's going to come in and reserve these guys? They're not defensive players. They are not known for sharing the basketball. So if they're not known for these things, how are they going to survive when it's real? When the games are real, what are they going to do? I'm glad somebody's out there realizing I'm telling the truth. These guys are not known for playing the way they're supposed to play, or people think they're going to play. This whole season is going to determine what's going to be and who's going to be there or whatever. But Paul George, after this season, he's out. Let's say OKC goes out in the first round. Or they go out in the second round. What's going to be the scenario then? Because Russell Westbrook got at least 3 more years on there, and they got to contend. What do you think these other teams did? Did Houston get slower? They made their team better. San Antonio already plays better basketball than you. Now you got Golden State Warriors. So the Warriors are not just the team you got to worry about. You're like 3rd or 4th best team in the West. And we don't know about Minnesota. You might be behind them too. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. If Russell Westbrook can really learn into how to, diversify his game and sacrifice and say, I don't need to be trying to get triple doubles every night. Just make the right plays and what's there, then we'll see. I like Russell Westbrook, but he's a brick shooter. He's off and on. When he's got it going on, he's got it. But then he gets to the point where he just starts shooting bricks from like way out. Accurate shooting is not his forte. He's a streaky shooter. He throws it like he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Then bring his head down real fast like he don't want nobody to see him shoot. Westbrook. And that's why his field goal percentage is not normally what it is. He normally attacks the basket with reckless aggression. But if you keep going that hard, you burn yourself out. And while he was like 60% of the team's offense, now you think, okay, we brought Melo in. They're going to help us score in those situations. Everybody's thinking scoring. You got to think defensive. And this is why the Bulls was there. They had guys that understood their role. That's how you win 70-something games. You can't have everybody in there a superstar. It's not an all-star game where everybody going to be like, well, you score, I'll score. Have you seen all-star games? They're really sloppy. When you got all those stars on the floor, nobody's setting a screen for anybody. They passing the ball around. They all losing the ball. It's about 35,000 turnovers. Why? Because they're not playing a game of basketball. They're not running plays. They're out there just doing whatever. And nobody wants to do anything. The superstar don't normally do the dirty work. Then the ball is lost 5, 6 times up and down the court. Stay out of my business, Eric. I know, they just can't take it. Well, of course. I mean, I see the thing is, a lot of you guys don't know is Isaiah Lord Thomas III mentors a lot of these basketball players. He mentored Russell Westbrook and finally told him last season or the season before that, he saw him getting better with Kevin Durant. Right before Kevin left, the year when they went up against Golden State. And he told him, you can get the same numbers you're getting now. All you got to do is share the ball and move it around and space it and trust that the ball's going to come back to you. That's all. He acts as if he doesn't create the shot himself and he's making it harder on himself to score. Like, just relax. The ball will come to you and you'll get it and you'll be able to get some offense going. And just trust in your team. It'll work out for you. Don't worry about it. I gotta always check under the car to make sure there's no bomb or somebody planted something on it for me. So, if you trust in your teammates and follow the system, you'll get yours. But last season, he regressed back into, I'm just playing for the triple-double, lining up on a free throw line. What point guard lines up on a free throw line? First, you're risking injury. You're risking everything, and you're basically playing to not better yourself, but for arrogant, selfish purposes. And you basically, everybody who agreed to this altered your careers. Cantor got traded because of it. Talking about right after his speech, it's loyalty here. Here we're loyal, and that's why I like here. We're loyal. And they traded his butt 2 days later. Sorry. Thanks for playing OKC basketball, Cantor. But that's what ended up got him out of there. And look at Adams. His numbers dropped. Why did his numbers drop? It's because your numbers are going to drop once you start sacrificing your numbers to help Russell Westbrook. So now Adams' numbers is down, but now I guess they're going to shoot up and everybody going to be, man, Adams is playing better now. No, he was getting out of the way to let Russell Westbrook get the rebounds. If you watch the games, you can see that happening. And I said, this isn't basketball. This dude playing for stats. And I didn't like that Russell Westbrook. So it's like, oh, he's trying to average a triple-double. Yeah, but if it's artificial, what is it really? Anybody can get a triple-double now. And that's how it was. Man, it's a spider web. What spider is way out here? I'm in open space. You know me, I don't like bugs. That's how I got the name Killer Kev. If a bug was in my area, his life expectancy was going down. You know that city guy that go down south and the mosquitoes be everywhere, I be tearing them up. They wasn't getting by on me, buddy. Not one iota. So I'm happy that he got the deal. He basically had the deal once Kevin Durant left. OKC was not finna lose him and Kevin Durant. But in order for him to stay there, OKC was gonna have to give him some reinsurance that they were gonna stay competitive and not just try to live off Kevin, you know, off his accolades, where he's going to be playing and having these crazy numbers for a losing team and a losing cause. Yeah, I had to brighten everything up for a minute so I could see. I had the resolutions too low. So, yeah, 205 million. But like I said, if you don't move the ball around, you don't do any of the things that you're supposed to do. Okay. I got plenty of time. All right, so if you don't do the things you're supposed to do, you're not gonna make it. Actually, this is my afternoon breakfast. Like like I don't have the same schedule as you normal folks. I'm trying to get back to that normal, go to bed at 11, get up at 6, 7 in the morning, say hi to a neighbor named Fred type of day, I'm trying to do that now. Only because I got business I have to attend to in the morning times. But it messes me up at night. Because, see, I date late night chicks. They out to 3, 4 in the morning. And that's the way I want to meet them. You meet them at 2, 1 in the morning, they already drunk, you ain't got to buy them nothing to drink. You're like, hey, what's up? They already ready to go home. It's perfect. Good system. But now, I'm going to be going there sleepy. It's 11. Grandpa needs sleep. So I gotta have that in between that. Go to bed at 2, get up at noon. If I could work that out, get that schedule going, then I'm back in the mix. I'm out here walking, getting some sun, working on my tan. Yeah, it's a 5-year contract. Now, I don't know if it's a no trade clause. That's something I don't know. But what was weird about it is that they told me that they told Russell Westbrook, we're going to get you to the NBA Finals. We're going to get you to the NBA Finals? How can you tell a player that? Unless they know something. So within this 5 years, you see Russell Westbrook in the NBA Finals. I'm going back to this video. 5 years from now. And being like, told you. So let me say I told you so early. I told you so. Kevin Durant might come back and finish his last year or his career there, maybe, when he gets ready to retire. Or let's say Golden State decides to split the team up. Because Klay's going to go to the Lakers. Mark my words, Klay Thompson will be a Laker. When Klay contract is up, he's going to join the Los Angeles Lakers. So you're going to have Klay Thompson with the Lakers. You're going to have LeBron James probably coming off the bench or still being there thinking he's relevant. You're going to have D Wade in retirement. You're going to have Lonzo, let's have a ball on my reality show. Lonzo no balls. He going to be there. And a couple other people they're going to build around. Some young talent that they're going to draft and work through the draft. Now, this is what I don't get. All this running around and all this sneaky stuff you're doing, trying to get these deals done. How about using the draft like Golden State did? They built their team up from the draft. When you draft Klay Thompson, when you draft Steph Curry, when you draft Draymond Green, that's how they built their team. They got veteran talent to fill positions. Iggy, you know, he could play any type of position, but he knows how to fit his role. Livingston is a big guard, and Washington should have kept him. They blew it by letting him go. Now they wish they had Livingston back on their team. But he was very key when he was playing for Washington. And I remember that. And I said, man, if they'd only kept him. You see, it's certain things you got to know when you scout basketball. You got to get certain people and have them play to their strengths. And for what Golden State was running, Livingston fits that position. You know he can handle. He's a tall guard. He got range. He can shoot over the smaller point guards. He can get you to a certain spot on the court, pull up and make shots from the inside interior. He can pass out of the paint, especially if you got shooters that got to be respected. Kevin Durant, you got to respect, and you got to respect Steph Curry. And you're not going to leave Klay. So you got 3 guys on the court that you got to respect. So you got a lot of guys staying home. That leaves Dre on the floor to make a play. It leads all these guys out there to being able to make plays. So I'm all for it. Hello. Just one. Because I'm the one and only. The only one. Let me get a Sierra Mist.
Sierra Mist? Okay. Enjoy.
Thank you. Oh, let me get one. So that was the breaking news. I'm not about to eat. I'm about to devour. Eating and devouring are 2 different things. Yep. Well, you got to think about it. if you think about it in its totality, what could Russell Westbrook, I mean, the only way I see them winning, if Kevin Durant or somebody over there gets hurt and they want to put somebody else in it. So they'll get by Houston. They'll get past San Antonio, and they'll get past Golden State. That's basically the NBA Finals. If they could do that. But I'm finna get started. By the time I leave this table, I'm gonna be like Big Pun.